I was told a really disturbing story recently, and it's taken me a little while to be able to put this video together because, yeah, it's quite frightening, but I do feel like it could raise awareness and potentially help someone stay out of danger. So if you use Tinder, this video is for you. So this actually happened to a friend of a friend of a friend. So I don't actually know the person. So if this is you, I do apologise, but I was told this story and I do think that sharing it could help, potentially help someone. So a lady, she was speaking to a guy on Tinder. They were talking for a couple of weeks. They hadn't FaceTimed, but they were talking on the phone.
Hello?
And WhatsApping constantly. They arranged to meet at a bar in London, a bar that he chose. On the day, she said she felt a little bit uneasy, so she decided to ask her best friend to come with her. So her best friend went into the bar first, where she was meeting this guy. Let's call him Adam, and we'll call her Jane. So Jane's friend has gone into the bar about 5 minutes before Jane did. Jane then goes in, going in to meet Adam. So Adam's not there when Jane gets there. Jane's waiting there for about 10 minutes. Her friend is in eyesight at the bar. So she's just waiting at the bar, just making sure everything's okay. Adam then walks in. Now she notices straight away that Adam's pictures had definitely been enhanced. He looked different to the pictures what she'd shown. Now he had a Essex accent. So he sat down, they've had a little chat, they're talking, they're getting on fine. Jane then says, right, I'm just going to pop to the loo, because they were talking about going to another bar. So she gets up, goes to the toilet. Her friend is watching. As her friend watches, she notices Adam put something in to Jane's drink. She then runs towards the toilet to let Jane know. When she told Jane this, Jane said something does feel off. There's something about this person, it's just not sitting right with me. Something's not sitting right. So Jane's friend then says, fine, let's leave. They walk towards the exit of the bar. As they're leaving, there is a large van outside with 5 men. They're all looking at the girls, looking at them in a strange way, as if they recognise Jane. All of a sudden, Adam comes running out of the bar towards them. Jane and her friend start to run towards the main road, and Adam starts to shout at them in a different language. They said they're not sure what language it was, but the men that he was with outside, they looked Eastern European. So they all then were together, and Jane believes that they were trying to kidnap her, or trying to drug her and get her into that van. Now this story gave me chills, and I've actually tried to film this video about 4 times now and struggled, because imagine that, like, I won't even want to imagine that. So please guys, if you are using online dating, there are so many different things that can go wrong. You don't know who these people are, so please always make sure you FaceTime them. You know exactly who you're talking to. Check if they have social media. Just be really, really wary. Meet in a place that you know, that you've chosen, somewhere there's lots of people around. And just be very, very, very careful and safe.
So since you guys really seem to like my dating horror story times, I figured I would tell you about my first ever date that I ever went on in my life. And it turned into a horror. that I'm gonna turn into a story time right now. It's really on brand for me for my first ever date to just go awfully horribly wrong. That should have just been a sign from the universe to be like, you should just quit while you're ahead. Like, just stop now. So I went to a performing arts high school, which meant everybody's gay. Everybody's gay, even if they're not like gay for each other. We're all gay for each other, some kind of straight, but also not, you know the vibes. I really think my time at this school developed and formed my like dating feminine men villain origin story. There's just something about a man that everybody mistakes for a woman at first glance that like, the sauce. There was this guy that was a grade above me and he was in theater, and now I never actually saw anything that he was in or saw him act, or I literally I don't know if my memory is wiped, but like I don't know how we knew each other. I don't know if we had a class together or if I just saw him out in the hallways. Could not tell you. Will say though, I caught him right before a performance. He was like all dressed up for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Don't know the characters' names, but he was in a pink wig with pigtails and a corset and like I think like booty shorts. And I was just like, wow, my man. That's my man right there. Anyway, we would like strictly talk over Tumblr, and that is just so like 2015, 2016 coded. He sends me a message one night and he's like, hey, this Friday we should go see a movie. He wanted to see 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'm down and I'm like, okay, yeah, neither of us had cars. So I was like, I'll just have my mom come pick you up and I'll be in the car and we can have her drop us off and like pick us up later. He used to bike everywhere he went. He biked himself to work and biked himself to school. And when I suggested that my mom bring us in her car, he was like, well, don't you have a bike? And I was like, I do, but the mall is like 4 or 5 miles away from where we live. He was like, that's nothing, like that's nothing at all, you'll be totally fine. And I'm like, I'm telling my mom this and she's laughing at me because I hated any sort of physical exercise. We set up a time to go watch a movie at like probably 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, cool, we'll be out of the movie by like 9 and then bike home. I wasn't really thinking beforehand of how the bike home was gonna go, but so he bikes to my house to come like pick me up. It's probably about 6 p.m. and then we head off. When I tell you that every nook and cranny and even surface of skin on my body was dripping sweat, I literally felt like my ass crack sliding around on that seat because swamp ass, like there's no other way to put it. There was swamp ass happening. Like my feet are dripping sweat, everything is my hair was like matted back because I was dripping sweat. Do you really want to be showing up to your first date with your pit stains down to your fucking belly button and like under boob sweat? You don't even have boobs and somehow there's under boob sweat. You're just, oh god, it was disgusting. It was disgusting to say that I was displeased. I was like, my mom could have just driven us here and it would have taken like 10 minutes. I'm over here just hoping he smells enough to cover up the way that I smell. Like, whatever. So we get to the movies. In the air conditioning. I'm just enjoying the air conditioning, whatever. He buys tickets, we go and sit down. We're the only ones in the theater. Thank God. Thank God. Now, I don't want to rag on this guy too much, but I do have to say it was kind of funny that every time something happened on screen, I'm sitting right next to him, he would like hit me. Like he would be like, oh my god, oh my god. But he was hitting me like kind of hard, like harder than he should have been. And I was just like, yep. Now here's where the story starts going very awry. Okay, so the movie lets out and I'm like, oh shit, we biked here and we're gonna have to bike home. That is awesome. At least it's dark now, so now he won't be able to see my ass crack sweating. But listen, okay, so we're about to we're going the way to get out of the mall, but there's a plaza that's like right next to the mall. And again, it's dark outside. He starts biking, he's like, just trust me, and he starts biking behind this plaza. I have never been back there before. I've lived here my whole life. Apparently there's a retention pond that's back there. I couldn't even see it because it was dark. And he like pulls his bike up, literally pulls his bike up to this fence where there's a little chain or whatever that says no trespassing. He sets his bike against the chain that says no trespassing and steps over the chain. I'm like, what are we doing right now? Listen, when I was in high school, I was the most goodiest of goody two-shoes. Like, truly, I was so straight edge. I never did a thing wrong. When I saw that no trespassing sign, I was like, I'm with a criminal. Is he gonna murder me while we're back here? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Took him probably a solid 10 minutes to convince me to step 1 foot over that chain. He kept being like, I've come back here all the time. I've never once been like caught. I've never had a problem, blah, blah, blah. He's like, so hard to convince me. I'm like, I guess. So I just lay my bike down and we go and walk down towards the water. And I tell you, we are sat down not all of 5 minutes before I hear sirens and there's flashlights flashlights, fucking, there's 2 cop cars, and they're shouting over their intercoms for us to get up. I looked at him and I was like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. You put me in jail. One of the cops has our flashlights directly pointed at us. And now these cops are adults. Like, they gotta know that we're just little teeny boppers just sitting there, like, talking, maybe making out or something at the most. But the guy walks up and he's like, do you have drugs on you? Do you have drugs on you? Do you have drugs on you? And both of us are like, no, we don't have any drugs on us. They direct us to go, like, back over the fence, and we're, like, standing there with another cop that's, like, kind of questioning us a little bit, and all of these cops are surrounding every inch of this retention pond looking for, like, bags of drugs. At one point, the cop that was with us was like, can I search your bags? And the guy that I was on a date with was like, yes, absolutely, here. And he hands the cop my bag. Bro, you didn't even know what I had in that bag. You could be implicated for a crime. And of course, this cop is digging in this bag and there's, like, tampons flying out of it. Oh my God. He kept us there for, like, probably a solid 30 minutes. I was like, why is this taking so long? We do not have any drugs on us, but whatever. They kind of, like, you know, give us a little bit of a talking to, and then they let us go. And now we still have the rest of the ride home. Like, I don't know if the guy that I was with, like, even felt bad, because he didn't apologize or anything. Like, he wasn't apologizing for making me do that. And I was just like, is he gonna even acknowledge, like, hello? He bikes me the rest of the way to my house, and I don't think I ended up getting even, like, close-ish to my house until, like, 11 o'clock, because it took us forever. We were stopping a lot. And that was the very night that my parents gave me a curfew. I'm actually really surprised they didn't do that beforehand. I think they thought I would be home much sooner. But yeah, that's when I got my 11 p.m. curfew. I totally thought that my parents were going to be so mad at me if they found out what actually happened. Like, they probably wouldn't have been. Although I don't know, because they were very weird about different stuff like that. But yeah, it took me, like, years to tell them that is why I was home so late. And to that guy, if you're out there, thanks for scaring the shit out of me. That was really nice of you. Also, just so you know, I did not break up with you over text message. I know that you told all of your friends that I broke up with you over Tumblr. Tell the truth, okay? I broke up with you in person, and then you curled up into a ball on a bench and refused to speak to me. And then I had to make sure you knew we were broken up, because you wouldn't give me any signs of life to know that you knew we were broken up, and I had to send you a message on Tumblr. So you apologize for having your ex come to me and yell at me for breaking up with you over Tumblr, okay? Because that never happened. Stop rewriting history.
So here's the thing about dating. People are literally psycho. Like, I almost got myself in the Lifetime movie situation just because I didn't think through the conversation I was just in. And you're seeing me now, but I could have, I mean, I don't know, you could have been at my funeral tomorrow. So get unready with me as I get ready to call it a night. I mean, I could potentially be going on a date, but then I also potentially just got the ick of my life. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm gonna scratch my head because it's just so bad. And then I'm gonna get in the shower and wash it. But yeah, I could have almost been murdered on a first date. Like, and this is what I mean by, like, you really can't just date anybody. You really gotta vet these guys. They could be psychos. So let me give you the backstory. Been talking to this one guy on an app for some time now, and I wouldn't even say consistent. It's not even like a slow burn. It's just like he texts me once or twice a week. Conversations are really short. Never talked to him on the phone. Also have never FaceTimed him, and he has an iPhone. I always feel like I don't know if I'm comfortable meeting somebody it's okay. I'm okay with meeting somebody if I don't FaceTime them first, but that means that we have to have been talking like a lot. Like, you would be texting me all day, because otherwise you could be a psycho serial killer. Like, I don't know, it's giving a little bit weird. But anyway, he sent me a random text, which is not abnormal because he does that a lot, and said, hey, what you doing? I kind of got the vibe. I feel like when you're talking to a guy on a dating app, when you know they're about to ask you on a date, when they say stuff like, hey, what you got going on? Like, instead of like, hey, how was your day? Because I haven't talked to you in 3 days. It's like, hey, what you got going on? It's like they're just jumping right to the point. Like, I want to see you. Which, you know, that's fine. I'm getting undressed, but I really need to, like, literally get undressed. Anyway, so I'll just chat with you. Hey, what you got going on today? I was like, oh, I got to jump on an emergency call for work. So I'm technically off, but I have this call I have to do. Oh, okay. And then I said, then I'm probably going to make myself dinner and pour myself a drink. Woo, woo, woo. Small talk, right? He jumps into the conversation. He has mentioned to me before about having a pool, but I think when he mentioned it to me the first time, weeks ago, about him having a pool, my mind thought he had like a pool in his apartment, like a community pool or like a apartment pool, whatever. So that, just keep that in mind. So he's like, oh, I'm getting in the pool. You should come and join me. So I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, that sounds like a great idea. It's hot as hell outside. I love I'm a pool girly. Love a pool. Don't mind getting my hair wet. We'll do laps in a pool for relaxation. Love a pool and no kids are there. Like, that is my vibe, right? So I'm like, okay. Then for 10 seconds, reality set in, and I thought, go to a pool to meet a man. That means I have so much to do between the time of right now until I get to the pool. One, what bathing suit am I going to wear? Is this technically a first date? Like, do I go full throttle, ass out, like thong bathing suit? Or is this like a conservative wear one piece? I do have a really cute Alexander Wang one piece bathing suit, but I was actually planning to take that to Atlanta, so I can't really wear that. And then my thought was, did I shave? Like, am I really prepared to be going to meet a man at a pool? Not that shaving is a big deal, but I also had planned to shave right before I go to Atlanta on Friday. And so I didn't want to, you know, we're girls, you know, I don't want to double down on the shave. I just want to shave the one time. So there's that. And so then I thought, dang, I've been holding out on doing my nails for Atlanta. And then also, it's like I don't mind getting my hair wet today because I'm probably going to do a wet and go in Atlanta. But it's also like, it wasn't really the vibes. That all crossed my mind before I thought about the fact that our first date was going to be in a pool. So I take a screenshot of the messages, send it to my best friends, and I'm like, should I go? And of course, because you got to get yourself some better friends. My friends, they started out real sketch. Do it for the plot. Do it for the content. And honestly, if they're watching this, you guys are assholes. Like, my very first message when she said do it for the content was, what about my safety? So I sent him a text and I said, well, send me the address, and I'll let you know when I'm on my way. And when he sent the address, I put the address in my maps, because one thing about me, I will Google Maps it. I'm going to look at the outside of the building. Is it giving Philly, this is unsafe? Is it giving, oh yeah, Erica, this is a vibe. You need to be super cute. Wear all your best things. Like, what is it giving? And when I put the address in, it dawned on me that somewhere in the past conversation, he must have said he has a pool at his house. And I don't know if it's just me, but there's a huge difference between a pool party at a creepy nigga's house for a first date versus a pool party at your apartment with at least 100 other tenants for a first date. The chances that you murder me or kill me at an apartment pool, way slimmer. But the chances that you murder me, kill me, or rape me in the pool in your backyard, alarms are going up, okay? My one friend, who's the most sane out of the two in the group chat, was like, it's given scary, you're not going. And so I said, yo, I just looked at the address, it's at his house. And so I'm like, I'm not going either. So mind you, I just got off this work call that I had to have, which went really great. I'm actually killing it at work. And you know, if you don't pray about your job and that you meet your sales goals and all that, you're missing out. Wow, he just texted me. That's crazy. Anyway, so I was like on a adrenaline high because I'm dying. On an adrenaline high because we just got good news. My, like, shit is moving and grooving for my job. And then I come down off of that when I realize, okay, this is at his house. This is scary. I'm just doing so well at my job, and now I'm about to have my life ended. Maybe we should reconsider. This is the devil trying to play with me. And he's like, you think you're going to make your sales goal? You're not. I'm going to end your life tonight. So I'm not going. I had to send him a text message to let him know, hey, just was thinking about it. I don't know that I feel very comfortable about meeting you at your house for the pool for the first day. We've never met before, but I would love to meet up for drinks if that's an option. He just texted me back, not really sure what he said, so let's check it out.